Hi everyone, this is Isaac. Um, in Canada, the circle of responsibility in lawmaking encompasses various stakeholders and institutions, each playing a crucial role in the legislative process. In this instance, we are talking about House of Commons, that is the Parliament of Canada, um, the executive branch, that is the Prime Minister and the Cabinet, the judiciary, society, or the citizens, interest groups, and advocacy organizations. So I believe these institutions, including the members of the public, are responsible to ensure we have laws that protect the citizens. We have laws that protect the marginalized and everyone um, who is part of the society um, of Canada. Now, when it comes to my dream of law that will enact in social justice, I think I will focus Ghana, where I come from. Um, and as a Christian, as a pastor, I believe that the church has a role to play to ensure that the marginalized in the church are helped or are supported when they have a need. But this is not the case. That you see the poor amongst the flocks and they are neglected. Nobody cares about what's what they go through and the support that they need. And I believe that there should be a law that will seek the well-being of the poor, um, such as the poor, the widows, the orphans within the church. And these laws are supposed to enforce all ministers or board of directors of the church to support these vulnerable or marginalized people or groups in the church. And in so doing, the church will support them by helping them to learn a trade or by providing job opportunities for them so that these marginalized people will be self-sustainable, um, that rather than always begging or always depending on other people for their sustenance. And I believe when these laws are passed, people like the widows, the orphans, and the poor will now be able to stand on their feet to fend for themselves. And as the Bible says in James chapter 1, verse 27, that religion that God our Father accepts as pure and faultless is this: to look after the orphans and widows in their distress and to keep oneself from being polluted by the world. So it presupposes that the church has a role which has been commanded by God to ensure the orphans and the widows who are in distress are taken care of. And this is a mandate for the church which has been neglected, at least from where I'm coming from. So I think a law of such nature must be enacted so that all pastors and all church leaders or board of directors of a church will be enforced legally to take care of these vulnerable ones within a church. And in so doing, we'll be fulfilling the scriptures. I believe um, this will go a long way to help the country and help the vulnerable. Thank you. I hope to hear from you for this piece of delivery I've done. Thank you.